Thank you for joining me today. So today's practice will be focused on trying to alleviate any wrist pain and just mobilise through the fingers, the wrist, and a little bit through the neck and the shoulders as well. Okay, so let's take a comfortable seated position, and if you feel uncomfortable seated here, just make sure that you elevate your hips a little bit by sitting on a blanket or a bolster or a block. Okay, so first of all, we'll start by interlacing the fingers. Interlace the fingers, bring the palms of the hands together, and taking some small circles with the wrists. So this is just a little figure 8 with the hips. A nice easy breath as you do this. Stay long through the rest of the spine as we just work through the hands here. And then let's release that. Release the hands down. I'm going to show you this action. It's starting with the little finger, fourth finger, third finger, fifth finger, and then the thumb. So we're just twirling the fingers around. Yep. So we're going to take this action. We'll start with the arms down, turning the fingers. Little finger, fourth finger, third finger, index finger, thumb. And just continue. So we're just trying to articulate through each finger, bringing them up as we go. And keep doing that. There's one more. And then let's interlace the fingers at the top, pressing the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through both sides of the waist. Try to turn the thumb part of the hands up towards the ceiling, hugging the upper arms in towards the side of the head, but then try to relax the muscles at the base of the neck. Keep the breath easy. Keep pressing up through the palms of the hands. Take one more inhale, try to lengthen up a little bit more through both sides of the waist. And then as you exhale, release the hands, and we're going to take that twirl of the fingers as we come back down. So articulating through all the fingers and the wrists as we come down. And we'll do that one more time. Yeah, so circling out the hands, trying to feel through each finger as you bring the arms up. And then interlace the fingers. Interlace the fingers the other way if you can. So it's a less dominant way usually. We like to do it the same way often. Might feel a little bit more uncomfortable this way. Press the upper arms in towards the side of the head and then relax the muscles at the base of the neck. And can you turn the thumb side of the hands up towards the ceiling a little bit more? Lengthen up through both sides of the waist. Keep the floating ribs softening down. Take one more inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, release the hands, and then let's circle the hands and the fingers all the way down. This is really good, particularly as we spend so much time on computers and our phones these days, so it's really good to give your hands some attention. Come over onto the knees. Big toes can be together, knees a little bit further apart, and then just shift the weight forward, plant the palms of the hands down, and then start to shift the hips back until you feel a bit of a stretch at the front of the wrists. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears, and be quite mindful here. Our wrists are very delicate joints, so just being careful. If you can sit all the way down, you might sit all the way down, particularly as we stay here for a little bit longer. You might feel the back of the wrists open up a little bit. And then shift the weight forward again, and then let's go the other way. So back of the hands, and just same thing, starting to sit the hips back down, and just being nice and gentle. And this last 2 breaths here. Coming back up. Release the hands down, bring the knees underneath the hips. We won't take too much weight bearing into the hands. Let's flex the right hand and reach it forward towards the front of the mat. Keep flexing the fingers towards the face. Relax the back of the neck down. And then this is more of an action. You might not see too much movement, but you want to try to press out through the right side of the body, so increasing a little bit of stretch into that upper rib cage, upper arm, down the outside of the right arm. Keep flexing the fingers. And then let's come back up. Inhaling. Exhale to flex that left hand, reach it forward. Try to keep the arm as straight as you can. Let the back of the neck relax. And then taking that action, internal action of pressing out through the outside of that left side of the rib cage and upper arm. And try to relax the shoulders. And inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Lay yourself down onto the belly. Take the right arm out, elbow, up at shoulder height or a little bit higher, and then turn the head to the left. Use your left hand and roll yourself over onto the right side of the body, bringing that left foot down behind you. If that's not possible, then just take it down in front of you, or you can just bend that knee, holding it there. And find your breath here. So we're working into the shoulders and the neck and the chest a little bit as well, just because sometimes wrist issues happen and they start in the neck area, and tightness in the neck and the shoulders, and that ends up resulting in sore wrists and hands. Allowing that right shoulder to relax down towards the mat. And then rolling yourself onto your belly. And just take your time. We'll swap it over to the other side. So take that left arm up, left elbow a little bit above the shoulder or in line with the shoulder, using your right hand to roll yourself over. And if for any reason it's uncomfortable to have your head down, you could pop a little towel or something underneath your head to give yourself a bit more height here. Take your attention to the upper body. Just allowing that left shoulder, the front of the left shoulder, to drop down towards the mat. Three more full breaths. And then releasing back onto the belly. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back into child's pose. Knees together. Arms down by your side. Forehead down. Relaxing the arms down. Feeling that decompression of the lower back here. And then hands underneath the shoulders. Make your way up to a seated position. Sit over to one side. Just coming to a cross-legged position at the center of your mat. And have the right leg in front of the left, so it'll be opposite to what you're doing. Bring the right hand a little bit further away from the hip, and then let's take this left arm up and over. So relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep pressing down through that left sitting bone. Keep lengthening out through the left fingertips, and you might turn the head to look up. If you can, come all the way down to the forearm, do, but if your hip comes straight off, then just come back up a little bit. Try to soften the floating ribs down. Take one more inhale, reach out through the left hand, and then bring the head back to center. Bring that left hand down, letting the head relax. Now imagine someone's pulling you up through the fingertips here and letting the head trail behind as you come up. Dropping the head, or the left ear to the left shoulder, and then bring that left hand up and over and place it just behind the ear, or a little bit over the ear is okay as well. And then reach that right hand away, turn the palm to face forward. Just relaxing that left shoulder away from the ear. Little golf ball size circles here. actively reaching out through the fingertips. And then let's change direction. And then let's wrap this right arm behind the back. So allowing the weight of this left hand to draw the head down. Don't pull it down, just the weight, very gentle. Draw the tip of the right shoulder away from the right ear. And nice, easy, open breath. And then release that top hand. Bring the head back up to center and release the back arm. Swap the legs around. Let's have the left leg in front. Taking the left hand a little bit further away from you. So that just allows you to drop that left shoulder away from the ear. And then bring that right arm up and over. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Actively pressing down through that right sitting bone. And remember, it's an option to come down onto that forearm if that's available. But try not to compromise by lifting that right hip up. You can turn the head to look up. Feeling the energy extend beyond the right fingertips. And then take one more inhale and bring the head back to center. Release that right hand, exhale. And imagine someone's pulling you up with this right hand. Let the head trail behind. So you're feeling that really lovely stretch along the right side of the neck. And then let the right ear drop down to the shoulder. And the right hand comes up and over behind the ear, just slightly behind. Take that left hand away. Lengthen out through the fingertips, palms facing forward. And then little golf ball size circles. And changing direction. And then let's wrap this left arm behind the back, allowing the weight of the hand to relax the head down and actively draw the tip of the left shoulder away from the ear. A few more breaths here. And then lifting the head back up, releasing the hand, and release the back hand. So for the last thing that we'll do, I'll turn around so you can see this. We're going to try to take the palms of the hands together behind the back. So if you can, pressing the heels of the hands together here, pressing the elbows in towards one another. If that's not possible, then just take hold of the forearms. That's completely fine. So taking those hands back, trying to take that reverse prayer position here. Try to soften the floating ribs back in, so we might want to pop out here. Try to soften them back in. Keep actively pressing the hands together. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And find your breath. This is a beautiful position for the wrists. It can be quite strong for some of us, but really good for opening up the wrists. Last couple of breaths. If you can, keep sealing the hands together for the last breath. And then let's release those hands very gently, very mindfully, resting the hands onto the thighs and close down the eyes. Just for the last few moments, following the breath in and out through the nose. Noticing how you're feeling, how the body's feeling, how your wrists and upper body are feeling. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.